Yes.
Cool. Alright, I just started.
Okay, I'll be ready.
Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Ethan. This is Donkey Kong Country. It's a pretty fast run, so I'll try to go over some of the glitches and some of the more basic mechanics and stuff throughout the run. The first thing you'll notice is that you can roll for like a very long time in this game. It's a gimmick in DKC1 called extended rolling. Basically the bread and butter of this game. Allowing you to chain rolls together by letting go of Y while rolling through an enemy. So you can basically roll through like half of a stage in one single roll. It's pretty sweet. Pretty cool stuff.
What's your Twitter handle, by the way?
It's Eason, but with 3 N's.
Name is Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Okay. Just making sure, because there were 2 Easons.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So one thing about this game you just notice is the crawl spaces. Usually the game tries to force you to crawl through them, which is very slow, but if you hold down while holding a direction, you can jump through the crawl spaces, which is much faster. You maintain your speed. Furthermore, you can zip out of crawl spaces like you saw me do there. Basically, if you're more than halfway through the crawl space, if you press Y to roll again when you're holding down, you can zip through crawl space. Oh, that was terrible. Nothing's cropped on my end. I'm just going right off of Amarek. So something you notice at the ends of each stage is I roll through the exit by letting go forward and Y, which skips the trigger that tells your Kong to walk through the exit. Yo, thanks, Rez. So right there was like the first big extended roll in the game, and I'm dead. That's good. It's a good start. But yeah, I do 2 taps, and that allows me to roll up that little section where the bird is. Honestly, I haven't really been playing this game very much, so this might be kind of terrible. I was in another marathon on Wednesday, and I got an alright time, so hopefully no more mistakes. Hopefully. So that was everyone's favorite stage. See you later. Interesting enough, in this game, you can actually skip all of the auto-scrollers, either by an in-game warp or a glitch, which is really cool from a speedrun standpoint. Bouncy Bonanza is definitely the first hard stage in the game. Some tight platforming to skip the cycle and the bees here. That jump's pretty tight too. If you're too close, you hit the bee. If you're too early, you die in a pit and lose like 40 seconds. So unique to this game, the in-game warps are spread out. Unlike DKC 2 and 3, where they are just in the first two worlds primarily. So like this world has 3 warps in them. In-game warps. We don't use any wrong warps. There are wrong warps in the game, but since you have to complete all the stages in this category, you wouldn't use any. So right here I'm doing a glitch, but I'm not going to explain it right now because you can't really see it in action. I'll be doing it again in World 3 and I'll explain it then. Another good point to bring up, this game has basically no RNG. The only source of RNG is this boss. His first spawn will be in the top right hand corner, and then the other 4 are random. It's easier to hit him when he's on the bottom, and if the final spawn is up top, it takes longer for him to reach the ground, which loses you a little bit of time. Holy crap, what's going on here? Yeah, other than that, this game has no RNG. Except for his counterpart in World 6. So there's a recent glitch that was found about 4 months ago, I want to say. I'm going to go for it here. Depending on how I fail it, it can be pretty terrible though, so wish me luck. Nice. Alright, so that's called a super jump roll. Now I can't really explain the super jump. Let's see here. It's a 1-frame trick, and it's the combination of 2 glitches that are already in the game, which allows you to just cruise through the stage like insanely fast. So the super jump glitch allows you to jump infinitely, and the jump roll is the frame perfect trick that allows you to go horizontally through the stage. And the combination of the 2 glitches allows you to do that. So some pretty neat stuff. Saves quite a bit of time. Like everything in this game, it's frame perfect. There are 7 frame perfect tricks in this category. 6 of which you only get 1 chance at. Right there, that's one of the biggest extended rolls in the game. Looks really cool as well. This would be the hardest stage up until that point. Up until this point. Oh, and something you'll notice, I'm mashing, and that skips the dance animation, the fanfare. And that saves about 50 to a minute in the course of an all stages run. It only works on the 1.0 and 1.2 version of the game, though. Alright, so that's called Map Warp. Basically, there's corners in the overworld in World 1, and you stop on those corners for 1 frame. And the way the game is programmed is if you're stopped on the overworld, that you can enter a stage. It thinks that you're in a stage. So if you press an input on that 1 frame, the game tries to enter you into a stage, but it doesn't really know where to put you. So we go to a specific corner on the overworld, mash your dick, and end up in Orangutan Gang. Saves about 18 seconds, first try. So, cool little thing here, you can actually hit him when he's up in the air. Because when you let go of the DK barrel, or the barrel, his sprite is actually like larger or something. I honestly don't know. But it works, that's all I know. Dang, sorry. Try and keep it PG-13 in here. So the first 3 worlds, pretty basic stuff. And these first, 4 stages as well. They start picking up a bit. This stage has a bit of cool tech. But really after the water level in this world is when the game really starts picking up. The end of World 4, World 5, and World 6 are very difficult. Difficulty ramps up, a lot, speedrun-wise. So that's called a barrel boost. If you jump off a slope with a barrel, you get, a big boost. Saves, 3 seconds there. So rolling on icy terrain actually isn't any faster, which is why a lot of the times you'll just see me running, or I'll try to jump at the start of a stage, like right here, which brings your speed to maximum quicker. So there's a warp here that's usually only accessible by donkey, but if you actually go above the rope by holding down while jumping, you can go out of bounds and roll off of the ceiling into the barrel as Diddy. It's really not as hard as it sounds, it's easy. Well, it's Espresso's time to shine. Sadly, this is it for Espresso. And she doesn't make an appearance in any other game, which makes me sad. This is definitely my favorite animal buddy. You go pretty darn quick with her. Just a fast overall stage. That jump's pretty tight. Only have a couple of frames to make that jump without slowing down. Alright, so the developers thought it was a good idea to not give you Endguard in the longest water stage in the game, for whatever reason. Swimming in this game is very hard to master, because you can't... Y doesn't make you go faster in water levels like it does in DKC 2 and 3. So your speed is quite a lot slower, and if you hit a corner or bonk, it loses a lot of time. You can lose 3 to 4 seconds just over unoptimal movement in this stage. Nothing really to say here. You can just listen to the good music. It's like that bonk there. Probably cost me about half a second. I have an audio cue at the end of the stage. Like, I know what the optimal audio cue is. Yeah, I was dropping a few frames there. Seems to be stable now. So I lied. They do give you end guard, but it's not until later. Like right at the top of this, you'll see there's like a little slit in the left. You can go over there to the left there. And that's where they give you end guard. And it's not faster to grab him. So thanks for that, Rare. So yeah, this is where the game really picks up. This is the first stage of, like, darkness. We skip the bird because it causes lag. And I have the brightness on my TV turned up so I can see, but it's still pretty dark. There's a lot of pits and a lot of fire and mincers and just a lot of death everywhere. So getting through this stage fast can be kind of tricky. That was pretty good, though. This is also a difficult stage. Rolling off of tires in this game is kind of unintuitive. Depending where you land on the tire, like depicts when you're gonna press Y. Sometimes you can just instantly press Y, sometimes you have to glide a little bit on the tire before pressing Y. Otherwise you'll just fall off of it and die. So right there, by turning around, I manipulated those platforms so they were waiting for me. Very precise movement to be able to make that cycle. Saves about 6 seconds. Overall, good World 4. First two worlds were pretty bad, but this is going pretty good. Game's really gonna pick up in the next world. So there's another super jump roll in the upcoming stage. Hopefully I can get it. Nice. Alright, 2 for 2 on frame perfect tricks so far. 4 more to go. So basically, I let go of B at a certain visual cue, and then I'll stop falling through the stage, and I'll be right at the end of the stage. Unfortunately, this is one of the best platforming stages in the game, so part of me is kind of sad that I got that trick. Another long auto-scroller, thanks for the war. This is, with optimal tech, which I will be doing, is arguably the hardest stage in the game. I already messed up. You can make it over that necky nut if you have really good rope jumps. And then bouncing on that snake in the crawl space there is a 2-frame window to not die. that was really bad. Alright, so right here I'm going to be manipulating the spawn of the very last elevator. And it'll save about 2.5 seconds, because it'll already be up there like it was. Last water stage in the game. You really get to see how terrible the hitboxes are programmed in this game. Now, I got bonked, so yeah, their cycle was off there. I had to play that safe, or else I would have lost Endguard. Wow, that was really bad. But yeah, upcoming I'm gonna clip through 3 mincers in a row with Endguard abusing hitboxes. And 3. It's quite precise, but it can be consistent. You just have to know when to lunge and how the hitboxes work in this game. Or how they don't work, I should say. Couple glitches coming up in this stage. I'll explain them when I get them. Another frame perfect trick. Nice. Alright, so the first thing I did there is I got hit with Donkey, which, like, in the minecart, which allowed me, like, Diddy, like, flew up in the air and I mashed Y, which allowed me to roll through the stage, roll and jump indefinitely, for whatever reason. And then the second glitch is the jump roll, which is the frame perfect trick I've been doing in this run. And basically how it works is if you press the roll button on the same frame that you land on an enemy, you're catapulted through the air like that. And the game doesn't really, like, know how to handle it. That's how that happens. This is actually the best I've done for jump rolls in a marathon. That's pretty cool. This is the second, like, darkness stage, or whatever you want to call it. The lights go on and off in a 62 frame interval, so you have to get used to different light patterns. If you mess up, or if you add or remove strats, then your light pattern will be off. Oops. So, like, I messed up there. And I died because I'm an idiot. Wow. I can't believe that just happened. Wow. Like, I got the extended roll, and I just jumped so early. Let's try this again. Nice. Alright, so that's called the Omega extended roll, which is a two 4-frame windows in the dark. Yeah, definite shoutouts to Rainbow Sprinkles. He was the one who actually found the new super jump roll glitch. So yeah, big shoutouts to him. And to this marathon and Resi for letting me do my run and all that stuff. That's cool, that's cool. Gives me a reason to play this game again. So this is definitely the best boss in the game. He just kills himself. Gives himself a concussion and then blows up. This is also, like, the only use of Donkey. It's faster to kill these enemies. Cool, and that's roll 5. So Tranked Up Trouble is a very long auto-scroller. There's 2 places you can do a jump roll in this stage. One of them saves 55 seconds, and the other one saves 43 seconds. So basically in an RTA of this game, this is where your run dies. If you don't get a jump roll in this stage, it's a reset. I'm 3 for 3 though, so that would be really cool if I got one here. Alright, that was one chance. And I can jump roll off of a bird coming up here. No, alright, so that's like a minute lost. And that's this game in a nutshell. I almost died there. So yeah, if I was doing like a serious speedrun, I would definitely reset right now. So as you can see, this is painfully slow. There's nothing really you can do to speed this up. The biggest thing in this stage when you don't get the jump roll is to not mess around too much and get yourself hit or fall in a pit or something. I had a pretty good World 5 time though. 24:51 I think it was when I looked at the timer. So I can still get like a low 34 or a 33. I think. I don't know actually. Alright, so here's Ramby. This guy is a piece of bad word. He has input delay and he's just really hard to control. If you're too close to an enemy when you jump, he does this auto lunge thing, and 9 times out of 10 it's gonna kill you. That's a very precise jump. There's like 3 or 4 frames that work. And I'm dead. Nice. Alright, let's try that again. Can't believe that. I haven't failed that in a very long time. Basically, I was trying to give Ramby the Yoshi treatment, but he took me with him, it seems. Deaths in this game can be really costly, because like, a lot of the time you don't grab the halfway points, because they're really out of the way. Like this one probably was like 40 seconds, 30 or 40. So I needed to damage boost, like, more to the right, which is why I got hit there, or why I died. Okay, so there's the last super jump roll in this stage. No luck. There's a jump roll in this stage as well. I'm gonna go for it. It's coming up right here. Nice. Hey, Dragon. And everyone. Alright, so 4 frame perfect tricks so far. Pretty good. Whoa. It's a pretty tricky jump at the end. I'm not going to go for it. You can make it over that entire thing and get over here. But if you die, It's like really terrible. This is the last stage with the light gimmick. A lot of the light barrels are out of the way, and I won't be grabbing them. There's no lag or anything that they cause, but if it's out of the way, I'm not going to grab them. I avoid the halfway barrel there because it causes a few frames of lag. Some tire rolls in the dark. Nice, that was pretty clean. Alright, last stage here. Arguably the hardest stage in the game. If I don't get the jump roll. Yes, there is another one. And I don't know what's up with me. Most of my deaths have been like really weird. Like that was weird, I just jumped early. Oh well. Kind of rusty at this game. I haven't really played much in the last month. Good second attempt, though. Nice. What the heck, man? I play bad, but I hit all the frames. What a video game. Unfortunately, you don't get to see the second end of this stage, which is quite a good watch. But yeah, it was 5 out of 6 for jump rolls. That's really good. Definitely the best I've ever done in a marathon, so I'm happy about that. So Neki 2 here, this is the second instance of RNG. You can lose a bit more time to RNG as opposed to the first Neki. If he spawns at the bottom for these next 2 hits, I can do what's called double hits, so... I messed it up. But basically you can jump over 2 of the nuts he shoots out and get like instant hits. That's pretty much the game. For time, for whoever's doing the timer, it ends when the banana touches the ground after defeating King K. Rool.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Yeah, it's time to give a shout out to the DKC community. If you're interested in learning the game, go to dkcspeedruns.com. We have like a Wikipedia, and that's where we use our leaderboards and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's DKC. Not a very long speedrun. Short and sweet.
So just tell me when it's time for you, and then so I can be on the lookout.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, nice link, Resi. That link actually redirects to dkcspeedruns.com, but a member in the community bought that URL, which is actually pretty fun. The end? I remember seeing that for the first time as a kid, and I thought that was pretty cool. I put the controller down and everything. I think I even died.
I really loved this boss battle. It probably took me a bunch of tries to beat it though, since I was like 6.
Yeah, same. It's hard.
But yeah,
man.
that was. I mean, I know a lot of the newer games do that though, with like a fake ending, so you kind of expect it now. But back then, it was like,
Yeah, for sure. All
So
right,
surprising.
My timer just hit. Be ready. But yeah, I agree. It is definitely something iconic for the time.
okay, so that was
It's like
nice
a low 35.
35-17 by Eason. Make sure to check him out and follow me if you want to see more speedruns like this. So